Oh, shalom, my friends. Shalom, everyone. This is your old pal, Rabbi Sol Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of a temple in Great Neck, New York. And I am thrilled to be welcoming back to the neighborhood for the third time. Count them, three. I'll count them for you. One, two, three. He is a street performer in Madison, Wisconsin, and he is with us one more time to sing for us, to kazoo for us, to tell us about his many, many, many projects. There he is! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that could only be one person, a man who has had hit songs on the Dr. Demento show and is still a fixture on the streets of Wisconsin. Art!
And over 900 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yes, 900 individual monthly listeners. So what is your most popular? Is it peanut butter sandwich, or what's the most popular song?
Actually, this moved ahead. It's called I'm a Chicken.
I'm a Chicken. I like the sound of that. Is it?
That's my number one song on Spotify. Sandwich is actually number 3 now.
Oh my God. I'm so far behind the times, but can you give us a little taste of your kosher chicken? Of the chicken?
I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken. And I don't want to be eating that KFC. Colonel Sanders is coming for me. So you think maybe you can hide me? Not in your oven, not in the microwave. Bak. What you looking at? Those are my feathers, not my underwear. Bak. That's the sample.
A little bit of Art Paul Schlosser there doing I'm a Chicken. I mean, God, so many questions to ask about this, but one thing is, you must by now have written at least 500, maybe more than that, songs.
More than 500.
Easily. So
maybe even 1,000, maybe 1,000.
1,000. So do you remember all of them to sing? Do you have to go back and relearn them? Or the ones you don't even remember that you wrote?
I don't play all the ones I wrote.
Well,
I only play the ones that are popular. And I don't know the whole I'm a Chicken song. There's parts of it that I haven't learned yet. Even though I recorded it, I didn't think anyone would like it. When I first started doing it, it was just something I put on an album. And then all of a sudden, all these people on TikTok, I'm on TikTok now too, and people on Spotify and Amazon just started cracking up and playing that. And I've been getting a little bit of money, not a lot, but a little bit of money in streaming from I'm a Chicken, Have a Peanut Butter Sandwich, and a few other songs. But also a lot of my other songs get a little bit of money too. The more songs you have, the more you're going to make some extra money back, especially if you got really weird ones like I do.
Yeah. I mean, you do have amazing titles and some amazing. Do you call yourself a novelty singer, a comedy singer? Most of your songs are in the comical vein, I would say.
I call myself crossover because I do blues, I do rap, I do a lot of serious songs, I do gospel songs, and then I do a lot of funny songs. But I also do like protest songs and different types of songs. So I call myself crossover. Crossover is like the Beatles, Taylor Swift, let's see, another group that I would call crossover is Elvis. It's people that do many different genres. Those are crossover.
So, Art Paul, what is a recent protest song that you have written or performed?
I have a couple. One that I know is Half Stolen from a 60s rock song. And it's and then changed the verses I have changed. I kept the chorus the same. It goes, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the one thing. There's too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, not just for one, but for everyone. And then the verses usually go, we don't need more mountains, but I think we do need more mountains. What we really don't need is, we don't need more guns. We don't need more harm. We don't need more bombs causing alarm. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the one thing. There's too little of, so that's kind of one of them. And then I have one, Black Lives Matter. I wrote a Black Lives Matter song, and that's also on YouTube. And I got a lot of my songs, they're all mixed. On YouTube, I've got like tons of songs.
I'm sure. Oh, absolutely. And also, people should know that they can find a lot about Art Paul Schlosser at his website, artpaulschlosser.com. You've got a YouTube channel and as well as a Facebook channel. You populate a lot of stuff. Can you do this all day, every day? Do you work a day job?
I don't have a job. I don't have a regular job. I sell art paintings, right, that I paint.
Paintings by art, yeah. It froze on that joke. I can't believe you froze on me.
Stand on the street and I play.
Yeah. So, do you?
Oh, you want to hear a joke?
Oh,
Should I do a joke?
I would love to hear a joke.
I have a knock joke that's really popular on TikTok. That's from one of my recordings, and it goes, knock knock.
Who's there?
I'm supposed to say who's there.
Right.
Okay. And then I say mirror, and then you say mirror who?
Uh-oh. Well, then you froze. You froze again.
Of them all.
Well, unfortunately, the thing froze when you were telling the joke, which is a terrible joke killer. So it was knock knock. Who's there? Mirror, mirror who?
Should I tell it again?
Tell it again, yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Mirror.
Mirror who? Ah, son of a gun. I need some Miralax after this. Now, why don't you chat it to me? I can read it to the people. Apparently, the internet does not like this joke. The internet is upset by the joke that Art Paul Schlosser is about to tell, so it has frozen him in time. All we're seeing is his face in a very beatific mode. All right, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The internet did not want us, for some reason, to hear this joke, but by gosh, we're gonna plow through into it anyway. Art Paul, are you ready for the joke of the century?
Okay.
Let it rip.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Mirror.
Mirror who?
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Unfortunately, you're not the fairest of them all.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's a joke for you. There you go. So you are also, as you mentioned, you're a painter, which is kind of neat. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, a long time. When I started my cassette tapes, I had to draw a picture on them. So then I started a thing called Art's Garbage Gazette, and it was a little fake newspaper that I sold for like $1 or whatever I could get. And then because I was drawing in it, the Daily Cardinal here at the university, someone was doing cartoons, and I showed them that I did drawings, and then he published a couple of my cartoons. And then a friend of mine owned a bizarre art gallery, gave me an art showing. And then from that time on, I started doing paintings. And I did them in high school, but then I gave up. But I started doing them again at that time, and I started selling them. And I sold one that was like a bowling bag that I did some drawings on it, and I've been painting for a while. If you go to Instagram and you backslash ART PAUL SCHLOSSER, you can see my paintings.
This is so amazing. So, would you say now is your time evenly divided between songwriting and singing and painting, or do you still spend more time with the music, or what?
It's about even. It depends on how many canvases I get. I do the paintings in my apartment maybe at night or in the morning, and then I play on the street during the day in spring and fall, but maybe in the summer more at night because it gets hot.
Well, yeah, I can imagine that.
And in winter, if you're lucky to have a warm enough day, you might play during the day.
Have you ever, I mean, we think of you as being, or I think of you as being out there on the street, busking, as it were. Have you done concerts, like 60 or 90-minute concerts? Have you traveled much outside of Wisconsin?
I play open mics.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And then I played a couple places outside of Madison. I played in Memphis for a couple of days one time. That is a really nice city. And I played in Seattle a couple of times, but mostly just on the street.
You must love that. You must, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy life.
Oh, it's fun. It's really easy to do. Anybody can do it, but they just don't want to do it because most people are proud. Oh, you should see my shirt.
Okay, I got this. Oh, good for you.
I didn't do the design this. John Caval. John
COVID? No, I don't know what his.
Kavalik.
Okay.
He's a famous local cartoonist in this area that does like sci-fi cartoons now. And when he started, he had a little comic that was in the State Journal for a while. And he gave me the shirt for free. I got one from Dr. Demento too. Dr. Demento traded me a shirt. And
whoa! That's legend. He's 80 years old. Did you know that? He just turned like 80 years old. As old
wow.
as actually. Dr. Demento.
He's an old man.
Well, it happens to the best of us. It does. So,
I would have thought he was only 60.
Was that one of the highlights of your life, of getting a song on the Dr. Demento show, or what are some other highlights too?
Well, that one was one of them, but another highlight is just locally, we have a radio station that had Sly in the Morning, and he just started playing me, and then everybody started buying cassettes from me, and then a couple other highlights are just the fact of meeting people and stuff, and selling paintings. I have a really good life. I mean, I never have to worry. I always I'll play for a while and I might not get anything, and then when I'm leaving, all of a sudden people will start giving me money. Like today, I played. It was a slow day, and I played for a while, and actually nothing was happening. So I moved, and I just got a 5, and then I kind of gave up. But as I was giving up, these 2 ladies that are moving out of town, you know, a lot of the college people love my music. They said, "We'll be back in a little bit. We have something for you." They came over and gave me some money. And then as I was going in here, someone bought a CD just right off of the cuff. I didn't even know who they were. They just kind of started talking to me, and then I sold them a CD. I think one of my highlights is making these CDs where I have other people work with me on them, where they, you know, like I did the We Do It Right album. That was fun. I really enjoyed the one I just did, which is called ART PAUL Project, which is Art Paul combined with the word acapella, and it's all my songs done acapella style. And it's really fun when I do a CD with other people, because then I get to hear their versions of, like, one that's already up on Spotify and iTunes is called I Wrote the Lyrics. And then you can hear other people doing songs I wrote and they're singing it, and it's different. It sounds, a little more interesting.
Well,
And
it's wonderful that you're at the point in the career that you have so many songs that have gained such notability that enough people are like, oh, we can put together a CD of all these other people doing songs by you. Because
yeah,
has
it's
it been
really fun.
30? Was it 30 years now that you've been at this, or how long?
Well, I've been live on the street for 35 years,
About
and I've been playing for. I started playing when I was 18, and I'm now 61.
Mit Mazel. So, but let me ask you though, in terms of, since you do love playing outside and busking for people and doing that, how did you manage between March of 2020 and say a couple of weeks ago? What did you
Oh,
do?
I've been playing on the street a whole time.
You did or you didn't?
I did
You
the
did.
whole time.
Were you masked? I mean, what did you do?
No, no, I didn't worry about it. I trusted Jesus. Um, I trusted God, and then I took vitamins every day, and I ate healthy. I made sure I ate vegetables every day, and um, I felt really good. I mean, one lady came by and gave me $100 bill.
Whoa! This
Yeah,
is, God bless her, you know?
I actually was concerned about the fact that there was no church. So for a little while, I put up posters with gospel words on them. Like one was, cast all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. Another, and then when I was putting those up, that was like the first couple weeks of COVID. People were so happy to see those signs. People came back and they told me those are really nice signs. And they were, one Catholic lady would really like the one. It said, well, I know you've probably found Waldo, but have you found Jesus yet?
There you. So when did you? Because you are a pretty religious person, a very believing. Did that stem back to childhood, or did you? Are you a born again kind of a person? Obviously, I'm not of your faith, but you know,
My mom was Catholic. She taught me the Our Father, but when I ran away, you see, all my life I didn't care about, you know, religion was on the side. We go to church, but I like baseball. And then when I got older, I liked pot and rock and roll and that stuff. And so when I ran away, then I was afraid. As long as I was with my mom, I was never afraid. But when I ran away, and I was in
how
far
old?
away,
Wait. How old were you? Where did you run to?
I was 18 and I ran to Boulder, Colorado, and then I ended up in San Francisco, and I was really scared. So then I started praying, and the Lord answered prayers. So I knew that there was a God because God answered prayers. And because God started answering my prayers, then I started believing in him. But then I decided to come back because in San Francisco, it was really kind of dark on Hayden Ashbury because there was a lot of, I didn't want to be gay myself. So I don't want to judge anybody, but I didn't want to be there because there were a lot of people trying to connect with me, and they weren't the people I wanted to connect with. So,
Well, you were doing pot, but I think they were trying to give you some other stronger medicines, if you will. That
no, they wanted me to have sex with them, and I didn't want to have sex with guys. So I came back. I called my mom up. I was out of money, and I told my mom, can I come back? Will you pay for the bus fare? And she paid for the bus fare and a little more. So I ate stuff on the bus. And when I came back, I got a job, and I went back to school, and I just started trying. I believed in God, but then I wanted to pray to the devil or God to see who was better.
And
And I found that the devil wants to force you to do things you don't even want to do sometimes. You pray for like a girlfriend, and then some guy tries to come up to you, or you pray for marijuana, and sometimes you get marijuana, but sometimes you'll get alcohol. And so I didn't want to, I decided God was better, because God didn't always give you that stuff, but God made sure you had a place to stay or food that you needed. And so I felt that God cared more about you personally and didn't try to kill you, but try to help you.
well, if you're lucky, I mean, God has killed a lot. He killed 500,000 Americans last year with the COVID. But all right, but
I
it's
think
nice.
that's the devil that gave us the COVID, and that God allowed the devil to give it to us. But
Okay,
that's my opinion, because I read the book of Job,
yeah.
and the book of Job says that the devil attacked Job with a disease. And, so I think what happens is God and the devil are arguing, they playing cards or throwing dice. And the devil says, well, if you let me do this, I'll allow you to do that.
Right.
So um,
Ultimately, yeah,
I don't know
they
what
strike a bar, and they
I
turn
don't know what
people
the
out for
deal
the
was.
sky. Yeah.
I don't know what the exact deal was, but I think what happened was people weren't praying, and so God allowed the devil to give people COVID because they weren't praying and they weren't trusting God. And that's my opinion. I might be totally wrong about that, and I won't say that I'm 100% right, because that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I
every religion is completely opinion. It really is. So, but let me ask you, how, in terms of, I know you make it very clear you don't want to sleep with men, but years ago, I remember you were with a person and then you broke up. Or where are you now in terms of girls?
Oh, I have a friend that's kind of close, and we might. I think she's pretty, and we might do something, but I don't want to say her name,
Oh,
and and
but
I
when you say do something, do you mean this, or do you mean physical? I mean, you're talking about put a ring on it, kind of close.
probably get a ring eventually, but
Oh,
I'm not in a hurry, because I'm not sure I'm ready for another commitment, because marriage, when you get involved with another person, you have to love them, and I have a lot of anger and stuff, and so I'm not in a hurry. We date, we kiss a little bit, we hug. I might buy her dinner, but we're not in a hurry.
that's just but it's interesting that you mentioned that you have this level, because no one seeing you on the street, hearing your music, would hear the anger. We would figure I guess maybe you sublimate it into the painting or something. But it's interesting to every artist, whether you see it in their work or not, there's rage. So where does your
It's,
rage
it's
go?
normal.
Yeah.
It's normal to be angry sometimes.
Well, yeah, but where how do you channel? What do you do? Do you break things? Do you just go into your art,
Comedy.
take a walk? Comedy.
Comedy is the opposite. Comedy is the opposite of anger. It's a positive way that angry people. That's why you've heard of clowns. All of a sudden, you see the other side of the clown, and they're crazy or something. Well, maybe they've been hiding their anger in being a clown.
But what happens with what we've seen, at least in modern comedy, is that the comedians hide their rage, but the comedy is filled with anger and swearing and things like. But you tend to completely avoid. You don't like the dirty words. You don't like dirty songs.
But I
You
don't
don't
say
like
nice things
movies.
about.
What?
I don't always say nice things about people.
Fair.
I have a song called "Serenade You" that kind of makes fun of the audience. Hey, let's play it.
Art Paul Schlosser.
I got nothing to do but serenade you all day long. I got nothing to do but serenade you all day long. I can sing about your nose, or sing about your toes, or sing about your funny looking clothes. I got nothing to do but serenade you all day long. I can sing about your hair, or sing about your care, or sing about the cartoons on your underwear. I got nothing to do but serenade you all day long. I can sing about your teeth, or sing about your feet, or sing about the funny way you walk down the street. I got nothing to do but serenade you all day long. Sing it with me one time.
I got nothing to do but serenade you
all day
long.
long. One more time. Nothing to
do
but
serenade you
all day long. And that's on both Bandcamp and YouTube.
That's
Some of my stuff that's not available on Spotify and iTunes is now on Bandcamp.
But that's really good. That's see, you do a lot of songs, and sometimes I'll hear them and I'll be like, all right, that's okay, or you're not inspired that day, and then you'll come up with something like that, and it's like, oh my God, that's that's a greatest hit. That is, that would work like gangbusters in concert. I mean on the street, but if you had a concert of 300 people in a hall, that would work. So
well, I like especially playing on my smaller guitar. That's more like a ukulele guitar.
Now, there was one song that you wrote. I know you're doing this. Tell us a little more, because I don't think we heard enough about it. The 60 songs in 60.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm currently working on a project, 60 songs in 60 days, for a CD called 60 Songs in Less Than 60 Minutes, and you can currently hear about 38 of them on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok.
Right. And I have to say that one of the songs I came across, I want to put you on the spot, but it's quite short. I don't know if you know it off the top, but there's one song that is really, really pretty, and it's like, da da, you are the thing. It's all these, you're saying all these nice things about somebody else. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Does that ring a bell? You wrote it.
I got another one called "You Make Me Smile." Is that good enough?
That may be it. Well, or yeah, there's something like that.
That one's not one of the 60 songs, but I'll play it.
Please do.
You make me smile. You make me laugh. You make me dance. And that's not half. I want to shout. I want to scream. Tell the whole world, the whole thing, that I don't want to live without you. I just want to sing about you. I don't want to say goodbye. Why? I'm going to interrupt that and play two other ones from the 60 songs. And this one is, "Are you my Uber? Then why is your car all rusty? Are you my Uber? Why is your muffler dragging? Are you my Uber? Why are you really drunk? Are you my Uber? Why does the door fall off when I try to get in the car? Are you my Uber? Why are there dead bodies in the back? Are you my Uber? Why do you have a gun? And then I have one for graduates.
Oh.
Now that you're graduating, I'm sure your parents are proud, no doubt. They only have one question. Are you going to get a job, and are you going to move out? Are you going to get a job, and are you going to move out? They're really short songs.
Well, if you're gonna do 60 songs in less than 60 minutes, they gotta be pretty short there, but they're fun. They are fun, and so you're gonna finish this probably in a month, and then you'll put the CD together. So
Yeah,
within like 3-4 months, the CD will be out there and available.
yeah. I'm gonna make copies, and I'm gonna give one to Dr. Demento. I think he'll play a bunch of them. And actually, I just sent Dr. Demento a wave file from my one of my Bandcamp songs where I do this. It's really weird. I sing like that. I should do a little bit of it.
Yes.
Are you patriotic?
Yeah. I'm sorry. What?
Are you patriotic?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm
You
for
might
both
like
America and Israel, but yes, okay.
I'll do a little bit of it. What do you think?
It's sort of like a loudspeaker going wrong at the stadium, sort of thing. It's a rather interesting new. Do you write all your songs on guitar? Do you ever have a keyboard that you? Well, Peanut Butter Sandwich was.
I play keyboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one called Reinventing Myself that's all electric keyboard, and that's how I wrote Have a Peanut Butter Sandwich.
Right.
And then and that's why Dr. Demento played it, because it was a lot different than my other material. And then I have another keyboard CD that I put out just before COVID called For Piano Lovers, and that one's got the My Alligator Tie on it.
My alligator, yeah.
And it's a weird song about my alligator tie, and I can't play it live because I recorded it on piano, and it sounds better done on piano. And then I on this new CD, some of the songs are keyboard.
Which is the name of the new CD? What's that one called?
Well, the one we were talking about, 60 songs in less than 60 minutes.
But that's not even available. Will be a new CD.
Well, some of the songs are on Bandcamp.
Oh, so you're talking about it. Yeah.
And they can watch them on both TikTok and YouTube and Facebook.
And you have, at this point, was it 35 or so? How many CDs have you put out at this point? Or more? Is it closer?
More than 50.
More than, my God. How many are available, like, at artpaulschlosser.com?
Oh, you can see them all at artpaulschlosser.com. You can't buy them all, but you can see them all.
Okay.
And you can listen to, they're all, a lot of them are available. There's a couple, I made a mistake a couple of times with CD Baby where I didn't change the title and didn't change the cover, so they didn't go on iTunes and Spotify. And I might change that later. But if you want to see all of the covers, or if you go to Wikipedia and you type my name in, you can see all my titles there.
Right. People want to buy your music, they can go on Spotify, they can go on Bandcamp and CD Baby, and then they usually
they'll never be able to buy it all. No one's gonna buy it all.
Well, by the time you buy all of your you'll have 3 more CDs out. This is how
Yeah.
prolific you are. Have
Well,
you ever met any of your idols musically? Have you ever sung with anybody? I know you collaborate, you have duets and things, but any like people you're like, I met dot dot dot.
it's I did go see Weird Al live. I haven't really met him personally, but I did go see him live 4 times. Actually, it might have been 6 because I went to him a couple times where I paid, and then lately, because of before COVID, I would stand in front of concerts, and people would give me free tickets, and then I would get to go see a show for free. And I got to see Hamilton. I got to see Weird Al a couple times that way. I got to see the B-52s that way, you know, and Elvis Costello, and people just, what you do is you stand out the show and you play, and they give you money, and you have the little sign in your box that says, I will enjoy a concert if you have an extra free ticket. And then they give you a free ticket, and then you go inside and you get to watch the show. But I don't think I didn't get to see Paul McCartney.
Well, those
That
tickets
would have been,
went. That would have been nice. It would have been, cause no, cause the thing about Weird Al Yankovic is he probably knows who you are. I can't guarantee it, but since he knows Demento and all that, I would guess of all the people that you mentioned, the most likely to actually have a mutual admiration society would be Weird Al. I'm just thinking.
well, on Twitter, Madonna's on Twitter, and I've been every now and then commenting, and on one of my comments, you liked it.
There you go. You're with the social media. You're only 1 degree of separation from
Yeah.
like the president from or 2 from the president of Russia even. But so the world we live in. My gosh, who do you listen to? By the way, do you listen to recent music? Do you listen to the radio? What bands? What artists?
Well, I listen to all Weird Al stuff, but there's this other guy. There's this comedian from down south, and he sings songs, and they're like, he's got inappropriate. One of his songs is called "Inappropriate Wedding Songs," and one of the songs he started singing was, "Yeah, I do wedding songs," he says, and then he started. And some guy hired me in last minute, and then he started doing these songs that he could have done, like I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Or another one he sang was, she's my best friend's girl, but she used to be mine. And I'll send you the name of the guy.
Yeah,
I have to go to YouTube to find him, and then Jim Gaffigan is really,
he's very
I
funny.
really enjoyed when he talks about food, especially his bit on bacon. Unfortunately, I had to quit bacon recently because my bowel movement was too hot. I mean, too burning. And when I mean burning, it was like I get acid in the stomach, and then I get a burning when I have to go to the bathroom. So I had to quit bacon. And so I'm getting closer to kosher eating because it's better for me.
Yeah. Well, pastrami is
When I'm
that
older.
much better than bacon. Stuffed kugel. I wouldn't say Jewish food is the healthiest. It's just except chicken soup, which cures everything. Chicken
But
soup.
I would say bacon is not the best.
No
But
bacon.
he does a funny bit about bacon where he starts talking about you're getting up in the morning and you're having food in bed, and it's because of bacon that it's so good. And then he starts talking about bacon, and then he has the thing about Jim Gaffigan is he does a critic's voice while he's telling his jokes. Is he gonna do a whole bit on bacon? And then he does like all this stuff about how bacon makes other things taste better, and or you're in the line and you're getting food and you get a whole bunch of fruit, and then you realize towards the end of the line that there's bacon. And if you had known there was bacon, you wouldn't have got all this fruit.
Of course. Well, I shouldn't say this. I'm Jewish. I'm kosher, but yeah, bacon is really so. Bacon is the thing you treat yourself with once a month. So
No, I don't eat it at all anymore. I had to give it up.
oh, your poor tuchus. I'm so sorry about that. Are your bowel
Oh no, I
movements
feel
better?
better.
Oh,
I
good.
feel really better. I'm replacing it with asparagus and broccoli, and apparently every now and I do still eat meat, but I eat like maybe ham or something else. They're
Well,
not
is it
ham's not
true
as kosher, but
now that you're eating all this asparagus? Is your pishy turning green? Do you have like the green urine thing? Because they say if
no,
you
no,
have,
I haven't had that yet. No,
okay, just
I
it's
don't
not a
eat
bad
that, but
thing. It's
I
some
just eat it once in a while because it takes. I get these really bad headaches, but when I have asparagus, the headache goes away right away. I still might take aspirin, but for me, it's telling me to eat vegetables because I don't eat vegetables enough. So I've added broccoli and asparagus so I won't get the headaches. And I still eat like I'll have I might eventually quit some cheese because cheese causes my bowel movement to be hard all the time, and that's I might cut down on that.
but
But
you
yeah,
did a whole album about Cheesehead because you're from Milwaukee. How are you gonna stop with the cheese?
well, I'm actually from Chicago, and then we moved to Madison, but I do play in Milwaukee. And
Yeah.
in fact, actually, I should tell you about this Bob Fest. I I didn't know they had a Bob Fest in Milwaukee, and I thought it was the same Bob Dylan Fest that they had in this other smaller town in Wisconsin. And so I wanted to play it. So without knowing what it was about, I said, "Hey, can I play it?" And they were open minded. They never even heard of me, but because I wanted to play it, and they already had 2 or 3 bands, but they decided to let me come. So me and my friend Jim Finnegan, we drove to Milwaukee and we played the Bob Fest, and I played the Bob song for the Bob Fest. And the Bob Fest in Milwaukee is really weird. There's this guy named Bob, and he he gives out prizes, and they're all with the name Bob in them.
Okay.
They're like
Like a
records
fishing
of
line bobber or like what? Like he
the
gives you a
word
bobcat?
Bob, like Bob Barkler, famous Bob people, that
Yeah.
famous singers with the name Bob, or famous book writers with the name Bob.
Okay.
And because his name's Bob, he gives out prizes that with the name Bob in it. And then at the end of the show, his band plays, and they do a really loud punk music. But it was really fun especially because I had done another festival in Milwaukee the summer before the Bob Fest, and there was this really young, pretty lady that I met, and there's nothing between us, but I just thought it was really. I was kind of interested in her, and she was interested in my music and had actually watched me perform. And so, this being several months later, that being in the summer and this being the spring of the next year, she was there at the concert, and I got to dance with her.
Hey, very nice. This is why people become musicians. This is why we write songs. This is why we paint. We don't do it for ourselves. We don't do it with all due respect for the
But
Lord. We
I
want to
don't,
be pretty young girls, for God's sakes, or
I
pretty
don't
old
think
girls too.
I
Yeah,
don't think we'll ever actually become more than just we got to dance a little bit. But
that's fine. That's a memory that lasts you, for forever.
but But yeah, because especially with COVID, it's been a while since I was in Milwaukee because of COVID. But the people from the Bob Fest said they want to have me back sometime if they ever have Bob Fest again, and they're thinking of doing by virtual. So I
Yeah.
might send them a video or so of my music, and they'll play it during the virtual.
Now, can I ask you, as someone who plays music and has now, as you said, for 35 years on the streets, can you feel like when you're playing, is there a difference in the political climate? Like 8 years, Obama was president, and it was a kind of a liberal swing. And then we went to Trump for 4 years, and then now we're back to sort of a liberal. Can you, do the people talk to you politically? Do you feel a difference? Do they tip you more? Do they tip you less? Is there a different sense as political
I think they
climates
just give
change?
me money just because they like my songs. My songs make them happy. But during Black Lives Matter, it was that day that the first protest. Later in the day, there was rioting, and the police decided to riot back, and because they weren't really affecting the people that were rioting, they affected a lot of us bystanders, and I got tear gassed.
How, wow, what is that like? I mean, I imagine it's pretty horrible. But how long did it
Makes
take for
your
your? Yeah,
makes your eyes, they burns. But then right away, someone put water in my eyes, and uh, I had no more problem. When I got someone offered to give me a ride away, I, you know, most people, they have bad luck and it's a big deal and no one knows about it and everybody ignores their problem. Me, because I'm famous, they made a big deal about it, and it didn't last too long. I mean, the and then right after it happened, I got my Facebook went from 4,000 to actually 3,600 to five. I'm almost at 5,000 right now, and I had to start. I have another Facebook, and that's up to 1,000 as well, because every for about a month, every day I just had to continue to send messages to people that wanted to friend me to make sure they wanted to really friend me, or I don't just accept people. I have to make sure they're a fan, or because you ever get those friend requests and they don't even know who you are.
yeah,
They
they're
just
just yeah, yeah. They're usually
I'm new to
Chinese
Facebook.
women, yeah, with very little clothing on, which I appreciate, but still, I can tell. No, no, this is not. They don't want to learn Torah, which is a shame. But we are chatting, or have been chatting, with the very fun, the very funny Art Paul Schlosser. We want to just remind you one more time. One more time, that you can find out about all the things he does at his website, artpaulschlosser.com, and it's SCHLOSSER,
Or,
artpaulschlosser.com.
or check me out on Spotify, Pandora. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on
YouTube,
TikTok. I'm
right?
on Pandora. I'm on iTunes. I'm not on your mother.
Oh! Oh, a PG rated joke there from Art Paul. I'm scandalized. Look at me, I'm blushing. Oh my God. Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
Alice. It's just,
But aren't you glad I'm not on your mother?
not even. So, Art Paul, of course, the way we have to come out of this interview is for you to share one more song, please, with us of your
Okay.
choosing. Anything you want to share.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. This one's it's called "Life Is a Painting," and it's a really nice song about. I wrote recently about how life is a painting. Your face is a painting. Your clothes are a painting. Life itself is a painting. Sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's glad, sometimes it's happy, or sometimes it's mad. Everything you see is a painting, and you can paint anything you want. Just let your imagination go. You can paint a dog, or you can paint a hog. You can paint a bog, or you can paint a fog, or you can paint a frog, or you can paint a log. Life itself is a painting. Or here's one about flowers. Flowers make you smile, grown-ups or a child. I can look at them for hours, better than looking at boring towers. Flowers make you smile, grown-ups or a child, and they smell so sweet, better than your smelly feet. Flowers are really pretty, even in the city. Flowers are really pretty, even in the city. I know those two aren't funny, but they're really nice.
Well, that was cute. No, that was very, very cute. That was, and you are really nice. And the painting song is actually a little bit profound. You yourself, Art Paul Schlosser, are something of a masterpiece in just the whole being of who you are. And I don't want you to change. Keep the joy, keep the anger too, because you need that. Keep the good bowel movements. I'm very proud of you for that. That's not easy to change your dietary habits. I'm gonna give you this is my Torah advice. Stay the best you that you can possibly be, because it's just wonderful. Art Paul Schlosser, I wish you many, many more years of music and joy, and thank you for being with us in the neighborhood.
I hope everybody loves me on your show, and I hope that everybody that's listening, they will all get over COVID, and people will get healthier, and maybe we'll get to see live concerts again.
Halavai. Well, yeah, but people can see you live still on. Are you going to be out there tomorrow on the streets of Madison?
Yeah, probably even on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. But I try to take days off, but it's not exactly a Sabbath. It's like whenever there's bad weather. I know that's not as I know that's not exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a Sabbath, but that's what I can do. Is if I take Saturday off, then I lose a lot of money, because that's when people. So when we have bad weather, if it rains on a Saturday, if it's really terrible weather, I'll take it Saturday off. But most of the time, Saturdays are really nice. Mondays. Sometimes I like to call Mondays a rabbi or a minister's day off, because no one goes.
It's possible that by your logic, God, instead of saying every Sunday you should do this, God is saying, you know what, Art Paul needs a little bit of a break. I'm gonna give him a day off. Let me make some bad weather, and he puts it on the day exactly when he thinks that you need a break. Maybe it's like that.
And sometimes if I work all the time, my voice starts to go.
Well, yeah, if you're singing on the street, I can completely. I wonder. I wonder about that.
Well, then I really feel like I should have a day off.
Well,
so are we over? Are we done now?
Yeah, well, I'm going to wish you and thank you so much for being with us, Art Paul Schlosser.
How about a high five? Can we do a high five?
We certainly can. Here we go. Wait, I'm not seeing your hand. I'm seeing my hand. Lift your hand up. There you go. Oh, boy. Here is a high five. I'm Jewish. A high five with Art Paul Schlosser. Shalom to you, and thank you so much.
You too. Shalom to you too. Bye.